What is up, Baggies fans, football fans, and sports fans, to the latest and final transfer roundup of the summer transfer window. It was deadline day yesterday, and double deadline day delight for Albion fans. We brought in two players on loan: Samuel Iling-Junior on loan from Aston Villa and Charlie Taylor on loan from Southampton. Both bring something different to the squad. Iling-Junior brings that pace, youthfulness, almost fearless running at defenders, can play anywhere down that left flank, and also can be deployed on right wing as well. Charlie Taylor brings that defensive experience, Premier League minutes, solid addition, and somebody for me that would be pushing Giles further up the pitch. And hopefully Taylor starts for us, obviously now training for the international break. Before we get into this video, let me know in the comment section down below your thoughts on the window. I know we haven't properly replaced Fellows, but I still think we've had a very good one. I will be doing a full breakdown on Friday of our transfer window, all the outgoings, all the incomings, rating and letting us know how we've done. Let's aim for 40 likes on this video. Subscribe. We are on our way to 700 subscribers now. Thank you to each and every one of you. We are on the road to 1,000 before the end of the year. That is the main goal. So smash that subscribe button, hit the bell notification to stay up to date with everything I'm doing on the channel. Icon Wednesday will be coming this Wednesday as we are into the national break, so stay tuned for that one. But let's talk about Iling-Junior. At 21 years old, this lad with pedigree already. He come through the Chelsea Academy and made the bold choice of going abroad to Juventus. Played minutes in the Serie A and even in the Champions League before returning to England with Aston Villa. Villa highly rate him, but with attacking depth they've got, his minutes are always going to be limited. So for Albion, it's a fantastic opportunity, and he has had successful championship experience playing with Middlesbrough last season. So I do think it's a fantastic addition to us. Where we're going to be playing him, though, is another question. I think he's going to be playing right wing personally, and Johnston will be left wing, and then Taylor's coming in at left back. But the good thing about Iling-Junior is he can play left back, left wing, and right wing. He is a man that can play pretty much anywhere, which is absolutely fantastic. He's got pace, he's powerful. He's even chipped in with a few goals at his age. And he is somebody, funnily enough, that kept Tom Fellows out of the England under-21 squad. So I know he's not going to be a direct replacement, and we shouldn't be saying that, but it's just a bit of, bit of something for us to be thinking about. Tom Fellows was fantastic for us, but this lad kept him out of the England squad. So let's see what he's all about. Let's not write him off as just a replacement. Let's see what he can bring to the table. And as I say, he's someone that we've been crying out for since Fellows moved. Direct, powerful, and the ability to drive at defenders and commit them one-on-one. It's going to stretch the game for us. It's going to enable the likes of Price, Johnson, Heggebø to all, play vital roles in the squad now. At Stoke, Wallace did a fantastic job, but you could see he was struggling. He hasn't got the pace to break through and cause problems to defenders. So they didn't have to double up on him. So they were doubling up on Price, Johnson, and Heggebø. Now with somebody like Iling-Junior on the right wing, they're going to have to think twice. They're going to have to double up on him. They're going to have to push more defenders out there, and hopefully it opens a game out for us. And I think that's why we've looked at bringing him in, somebody that can open the game up. He is most natural on the left, cutting inside onto his right. But as I said, he can play anywhere across that left flank and also on the right. Hopefully the likes of Heggebø, Price, Johnson will all thrive on his service, and Junior whipping balls into the box. It gives Albion's attack something of a very different look. More pace, more creativity, and another outlet when the game gets tight. Whether he starts or not is another question. But for me, I think we should be getting him through this first week of training him and throwing him straight in and see what he's like. The fact about this signing is he's going to have hunger, isn't he? At 21 years old, he wants to prove himself. He wants to prove to Aston Villa, listen, you should be starting me. So I think it's a fantastic deal for us. I really do, to get him on loan. And obviously, as we don't play Villa in the league, he's going to be fit for the whole season, all being well for us. Whereas obviously Taylor against Southampton, we won't be able to play him. So, it's a really good move for us. It's a win-win. He's motivated, he's ambitious, he's a young player that can change games. And he gives us that wildcard factor that we sometimes lacked. And he's already experienced the Hawthorns atmosphere. He played for England under 21s at the Hawthorns, so he already knows what he's walking into, which is fantastic. And obviously now the deal for Charlie Taylor as well, for me, it was a fantastic one. It's not flashy, but it is equally as important for us. He's experienced, dependable, and brings that calmness to the back line. I believe under Burnley, he had one of the highest pass successful rates for any left back in the league, which is fantastic. And it really helps us push Styles forward, because I do think Styles struggles at left back because he's not a natural left back, and then we do get caught out. So I'm hoping with him, it brings in that little bit more of stability at left back, and creates that more defensive unit. which, is fantastic for us because we've already got the likes of Mepham, Campbell, Phillips, Gilchrist coming in. Obviously, we didn't send Alex Williams on loan. He'll be, I'm guessing, more and more integrated into the squad, and he can play right wing as well. So we have got players coming through, which will, he can learn off. Charlie Taylor can teach these young lads coming up. This is how we defend. This is how we do this, and it's fantastic for someone with that sort of experience to be able to pass it on to our academy players. And it just really, really shows that we knew where we needed to strengthen. We knew we needed a left back. We knew we couldn't spend silly amounts of money. So let's get somebody in on loan that can do a job for us. And that's where Taylor comes in. What I like about this deadline day this time around, it's balanced. On the one hand, we brought in a young attacking spark in Iling-Junior. On the other hand, we've shored things up with an experienced defender in Taylor. It's smart business, it's not panicky, and it makes the squad look more complete. And I do think we're going to be jumping into free agents. I think we're going to be grabbing 2 or 3, or maybe just 2 players from the free agents list. That's why I'm going to give it a couple of days before doing my full breakdown video, because I've just got a feeling there's a deal that we haven't been told about and someone's been very, very quiet on. So, yeah, for me, what does it mean going forward? I think for Mason, it gives him more options going forward. Is he going to stick to the formation that we play with a 4-back? Is he going to change to a 3-back with wing backs? Who knows? But it gives him more options. With Iling-Junior, it's going to stretch teams. It's going to allow us to, with the pace he's got, he's frighteningly quick. I've been watching a couple of videos on him, and as soon as he gets the ball, the first thing he wants to do is run at the man, and that's brilliant. That's what you want wingers to do. It's exactly like Johnston. As soon as he gets the ball, the first thing in his mind is, I want to run at a man. So for me, I think it's a fantastic signing. The fan reaction says it all when we signed him. It was excitement. A player from Juventus on his CV turning up at the Hawthorns isn't something you see every day. Admittedly, Frabato come and he was from, had got that on his record, but we'll ignore that signing. The Taylor signing was, met with approval. And okay, yes, we could possibly should have brought in another winger, but I think the deals that we've done are fantastic. It's not rushed, it's not panicked. We've got money in the bank if we need to strengthen in January. We've got players coming back. We've got Banny, DK coming back. DK, whether he can stay fit or not is another question. But Banny coming back, Price can play right mid, Banny can drop in. We've got Madger as well. We've got positions to rotate everywhere now, which is fantastic. And I do think that our back line is possibly one of the strongest back lines in the league now with the players that we've brought in. So to wrap it up, it has been deadline day, double delight for us. Samuel Iling-Junior on loan from Aston Villa, 21 years old, full of pace, flair and ambition, ready to link up with the likes of Johnston, Price and Heggebø to add that spark to attack. Charlie Taylor from Southampton, calm, steady, reliable, ready to add depth and balance to our defence. 2 deals that make sense, 2 signings that make us stronger, and a squad that looks well equipped for the months ahead. So what do you think, Albion fans? Are you excited to see Iling-Junior bombing it down the wing in the blue and white? Do you think Taylor is a steadying presence that we've needed? And most importantly, do you feel the deadline day business could have been different? Could we have brought anybody else in? Is there anybody else you'd like to have seen us go for? Is there any free agents you'd like us to seek to bring in? And finally, is this squad going to be good enough to push us on this season? Let me know in the comments, because for me, this feels like one of the smartest deadline days we've had in a long, long time. And we've used the lower market fantastically. I will catch you all in the next episode. Bye-bye, guys.